A resolution to essentially establish a standing committee to manage the business and budget of the House of Assembly passed following a full day of debate on Wednesday. Here's what legislators are hoping to achieve in their push to ultimately improve the overall functioning of Parliament after years of agitating.
It's not a new issue, but certainly one the Davis administration sees merit in revisiting. Years after an interim report was submitted by then National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage, legislators are back at it again, trying to buy consensus, that is, for support for their work. Leading off the debate on the resolution Wednesday was Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honourable Fred Mitchell.
Lyndon Pindling, when he set the salaries with his colleagues in the first time he came to office, said that the reason why we had switched to professional members of Parliament was so to make it possible, he said, for men and women of modest means to be able to run for office. That should still be the axiom upon which we build what we do.
Mitchell is hoping that, by the same token, the House of Assembly's inadequate quarters, used since 1815, are updated.
The building, if it comes, should be a signature building, which represents this generation and its contribution to the building up of the common life of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And in doing so, it should be built by young Bahamians. Left to me, everyone who's a tradesman in that should be under 30 years of age and say, this is the building. They can tell their children and grandchildren, you built the Parliament, which represents us at year 50 plus as an independent nation. And we also know that these infrastructural projects have knock-on effects throughout the economy.
There's also the call for public disclosure from all legislators, and that's House members as well as senators.
I can tell those of you who are new members, it's a scramble to try and meet the deadline of the 1st of March to get this done. This should be a function which is supported by the House. In my view, the House should provide an accountant to help get that done for you. So there should be no excuse about not meeting the deadline of the 1st of March.
Opposition leader Michael Pintard says his party has agreed in principle to a standing committee that will look into these matters.
That we share the view that we ought to work in a bipartisan way to address a number of issues that the public cannot understand why we have not been able to solve under successive administrations, in some cases for decades. That at some point we have to just get on with the business, solve these issues to move on to so many more urgent matters.
The standing committee would be chaired by the Speaker of the House.
Hungry and looking for something so satisfying? Something to truly tantalize your taste buds? Then make it Charlie's, the home of the #1 cheesesteak in the world. Also serving up a variety of delicious wings, freshly cooked to order under 10 minutes. With 2 locations to serve you. Mall at Marathon, open from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. and the East-West Highway next to Solomon's from 11 a.m. until 10 p.m. That's Charlie's, the home of the #1 cheesesteak in the world. 393-3100.